Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you guys are new here, my name is Ruby. Today I have very exciting news I have been really wanting to tell you guys, and today is the day. I have partnered with a beautiful nursery located in Dak Nam, Vietnam, and they are called Repotting. They are a family-owned nursery, and the husband and wife is called Ngọc and Home. And I just want to give you guys some insight about them because they are such a fast-growing pace nursery that's Anthurium focused, and just partnering with them is so meaningful to me. So their journey began in a small plant shop tucked away in the heart of the city in Vietnam, and they offered mostly plant table plants and easy to care indoor greenery plants in 2017. And then start over time around 2020 is when their love for foliage of plants grew, and they started propagating their own plants such as monsteras, philodendrons, anthuriums, and such. So then in 2020, they opened up their first greenhouse, and their hearts were just set on anthuriums. From that point on, their entire focus shifted to cultivating and sharing the special plants with their community, and now they are wanting to share their plants and their species of anthuriums that they created in-house with the rest of the world. If you would like to know more about them, go ahead and follow their Instagram, Repotting. I'll list it down below, or as well as their website, which is repotting.com. They have made so many new hybrids, and I'm sure there's one that you guys have seen around. If you guys haven't, I'll pop a picture over here, but it is their SKG Pink Lemonade crossed with Red Crystal. And guys, it is so freaking beautiful. I love it so much. So further ado, I kind of just wanted to show you, share that with you, and then also talk about how I do with import plants, because they did send me a lot of shipments of plants, and I did keep a few tucked away on the side so then I can record this video, show you guys what plants Repotting has to offer, and then also have as kind of an education purpose and chit-chatting with you guys, showing you guys how I personally handle import plants. So this video is not going to be a just one and all. It's going to be through the course. So after this, you will see me moving down like maybe a week or a month later for you guys to see like what are my steps in rehabbing them, and then how are they doing down the road. So further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have my table, and I have a pair of scissors and a bottle of hydrogen peroxide. I am gonna go ahead, apparently I have tape on this scissor, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray these scissors down to disinfect them. This is what I do all the time whenever I do with any plants, mostly their roots or their stumps. So I'm gonna go ahead and just spray and then let them air dry as I continue to do what I'm doing. I think I have, let me see how much plants I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 plants I wanted to show you guys today, and then I will also go through the steps of what I'm about to do with them. So let's go ahead and start off with this one. This is their Forgetii Red crossed with Red Crystal, crossed with Red Crystal Tazula. And guys, look how pretty this is. It's so nice. I love it. Like, all the 3 leaves are such in pristine conditions, and it is wrapped in sphagnum moss. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I do have a trash bin underneath me, so I'm gonna go ahead and unwrap this. Keep the tag. What I do if I have a lot of plants, I usually take a picture of the plant, and then right after that I take a picture of the tag, so then I remember which plant belongs to which tag, and I make sure I keep that pattern: plant first, tag after. And then I will store all the tags in the same location. So I'm going to go ahead and take this tag away and wrap the sphagnum moss and the saran wrap around it. I'm going to go ahead and just break apart the sphagnum moss as gently as I can. Like, you don't want to be going there ripping it off, but usually your moss should be a little bit damped. And that's good because you want your roots to have a little bit of water as they're making their long journey to you. And then usually I just give it a little bit of a, I don't know what you call this, but a gentle one. Okay, so let me move this aside. As you can see, there are some of the roots that are not in really good shape, which are these. They're a little bit blacking out. They look a little bit rotted, dry rot, root rot, all that stuff. You want to take your scissors and chop every single one of that off because those are no longer viable. They're not going to do anything for you at the moment. But the one thing you do need to know are these roots are just here to try their best to maintain the health of the plant, but eventually they are all going to die. And the sad reason is why is, depending on your country's laws, since I am from the United States, our law is that all the roots has to be pest free. They cannot be coming in soil. It cannot have contact with tree fern, anything like that. It only can be wrapped in moss or maybe a wet paper towel. But personally, I prefer moss because, water evaporates less with that method. But the thing is the roots and also the leaves get, soaked in chemicals, and eventually that kills the roots. So right now they're just viable. So then it can sustain the plant as long as it possibly could before they completely die off, but you're just having it soaked up water and waiting for new roots. As you can see, since it was since it was wrapped in sphagnum moss, you can see there's some of them might have this and some of them might not, but you can see that there are some new roots growing right here and back here. So I'm very lucky with this plant. But most of them might not have these roots, and they might just have the older roots. And like I said, they will die off eventually. You're just trying to maintain them until their time is up. So I'm gonna go, sometimes I go in with the scissors, sometimes I go with my fingers. It just depends on my mood. Right now, I just wanna show you guys, more properly, like how you should be doing it. But yeah, going in there, snip away any roots that you feel that's no longer beneficial at all to the root system, because they're not going to do anything and they can potentially spread. Dry root rot has a tendency to spread or continue going up the root system. Is kind of like, what do I say? Like when you have split ends on your hair, right? And if you don't give it a haircut, that split end is going to continue building its way up to the top, and you're going to have more brassy hair. So the same thing with the plant. It's going to continue, if it's rotting from the bottom, it's going to continue to go up that root system and eventually may end up rotting the entire plant. So before that happens, you want to prevent it, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and continue cutting this. And some of the roots are actually so fried enough that you can just literally go in with your fingers and it will just honestly fall off. Or you can use your nails to kind of just snap it off. Usually I do that because I'm impatient. But I'm still going. Okay. I think that is the last of it. Okay, so now we're left with only this much, but trust, even though we took out a pretty good amount of roots, this is enough for the plant to sustain itself because there are roots there and all of them look pretty decently okay to me, in my opinion, because you don't see any black, you don't see anything shriveled up, you don't see anything mushy. That's what you want, okay guys? So I'm gonna go ahead and set this plant aside and continue with the rest, and then I'll show you what my next steps are after this. So this one is a Dorayaki Silver crossed with SKG Pink Lemonade, and it's so cute. I just love how thick and the veins are and how long the leaf is. Everything about this one is freaking adorable. Okay, I love it. So just to give some context, I received these plants on Wednesday, and today is Friday, so it's been, in my care, and I haven't taken this sphagnum moss or anything off for 2 days. But prior to that, it's also been in shipment for about a week and a half, I believe. And with the condition of, practically very fried roots and stuff, all these plants arrived in really good conditions, and I'm really happy that happened. Sometimes, you'll come and, your plant rotted or all the leaves died off. Like, those are the case too. That's kind of a risk that you take while importing plants. So it's just something that I just pray to the plant lords and just hope that the plants arrive okay. All right, so good news and bad news. Okay, I see a lot of rot, and I see two new roots. So good and bad, I guess. Okay, so what you can see is right here. Sometimes the rot does not happen at the bottom, but it happens at the top. And these two roots has to go because there's rot already forming at that top. And however, you can see on this side and on this side, there's two new baby roots growing. So yes, I'm probably going to end up losing a lot of the root system, but there are new roots growing. So it's not the end of the world. And the roots practically is just determined like how long it might take for the plant to rehab. But sometimes because of, if the plant honestly has like zero amount of roots when they arrive to you, there is a higher chance that you might be losing the plant. So there's just a lot of ifs, what ifs, and risks that you are taking, but you just have to take that risk and take all the precautions that you can, and then hopefully down the road it will, you will win, and it'll grow back, and it'll grow back even stronger. So okay, these roots this one root left does not look so bad, and the rest looks okay. So that's good. And since there's a lot of like rot on this root, I'm gonna go ahead and spray the scissors again, just as a precaution, because it can spread. Okay. What is the next one? The next one, this one's so pretty, guys. This is a Forgetti-Eye Dark crossed with Pink Lee. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but you probably see it on the screen as I'm pronouncing this. I believe Pink Lee is a Asian hybrid. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen it before. But guys, it is such a nice specimen. Like, look how long and cute this is. The earlobes and everything about it. Every single leaf is so long, and it gets longer and longer. Like, it's so freaking nice. I'm in love. It kind of like, right when I first looked at it, it looks like a pap, but like it reminds me, I don't know why, but kind of reminds me a little bit of Rough-Linum, but like without, the red to the Rough-Linum. It just the green version of it, in my opinion, because the back of it is also very green, but it's so cute. Okay, let's go ahead and unwrap this. So to give some more content about my partnership with Les Taureaux Jardin, I am their main partner in the United States. And what I practically do is I have all their plants, like not all their plants, they send me a lot of their plants for me to, rehab in-house. And then as they are ready to move on to their new house, I will go ahead and post them up for sale on my website or on, social media that I use to sell plants and stuff like that. So that is how our partnership goes. But Les Taureaux Jardin also sells their plants personally. So you can either hit them up on Instagram or go directly to their webpage to order. and then they would ship. And if you guys are from the United States, because if you guys are from somewhere else, there are other partnerships that they have. But since I'm mainly based on the US, I only deal with US orders. So if you are from the US and you place an order from them, they are most likely going to be sending your order to me, and then I will be shipping your order from the Pacific Northwest to wherever you live. So watch out for me in your Instagram DMs. So this one, half good, half bad. You can see there's a lot of roots, but then there is a lot of black roots, but then there are some pretty decent, viable, good roots. So let's go ahead and start snipping away. It's just very repetitive, so I'm probably just gonna skip this part. All right. So that's what I ended with. So we're going to go with that because I practically don't see any more black rot. So we'll call this good. Sadly, it doesn't look like there's any new root growth, but that's okay because the root is decently well. One thing I do want to say, since I did not say for the other ones, because this is a little bit more outgrown, sometimes the shafts right here might be a little bit, I don't know if you can see this, but the shaft right here, the one that's holding the new leaf, sometimes you have to look out because, you know, when you're shipping plants and stuff, it's going to be moist in the package. It's going to be there for a long time. So the shaft this one's right now dry because, you know, I've been airing it out, but sometimes it will be really wet. And what it can do is it can rot the new leaf. So you just want to pull that off. So then, you know, that chance of it potentially rotting that new leaf is very, like 0 to nothing. So even though this one's dry right now, because later I'm going to kind of make the bottom part wet again, I'm going to go ahead and just be precaution and take it off. So the next one we have here, this is their Crystal Silver crossed with SKG Pink Lemonade. And guys, oh my gosh, it's so nice. I love it. I love it. It is so freaking nice. And just like the red booty hole and everything. I like when I look at these, I'm like, what kind of hybrids can I be making? But one thing about importing plants, you lose leaves. So the newest leaf on this plant did die off, but that's okay. It'll grow back a new leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just chop that right here, and it'll be good. You don't want it to chop it all the way at the bottom because a new leaf will be growing out at the bottom of the stem. So leave it alone. Leave it alone. And for, you know, the saddest cases, if, you know, the whole entire new leaf end up dying all the way back, rot the whole thing, you have a chance of it still growing there, but if not, there's a lot of nodes possibly that's still on the plant that an offset will grow from that plant. So always keep your fingers crossed, and hopefully, you know, that's the case for you. I'm gonna go ahead and gently move this moss away, but guys, the moss, there's a new root right here. That's crazy. I think this moss is magic or something because most of them, like, I have not imported plants for a long time. I think the last time I ever imported anything was like 2020, and that was like 5 years ago. So it's been a long time. But, you know, having the Taro Jardine just mailing me more imported plants and having like practically 90% of my plants surviving all the time, that's like amazing. Like they have, like Asia has very like much like this just shows me like the, you know, people in Asia, people in Thailand, people in Vietnam, everyone there, like that are shipping these plants. They've learned from their past mistakes. They have now know how to treat the plants better, so then they have a better chance of survival. And I guess another thing is, you know, you have a higher chance of the plant surviving when you're shipping plants in the summertime. When it's in the wintertime, it is, you know, 50-50 chance because of the cold frost that we have. Even though it's kind of nice receiving import plants in the wintertime, it is a risk that you have to be willing to take. Oh, these roots are not bad. They're not bad. Honestly, chemically treated roots looks literally like spaghetti noodles. I don't know why. It's so weird. But I don't know. Let me search for that new root. I honestly don't know. Maybe it's this one. But I can't tell where that new root was. Oh, maybe it's this one. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's showing me something, because before I swear, most of the roots will die off. I am still guaranteeing you like at least 85% of the existing roots at the time will die off. Or I don't know, but it's kind of nice seeing that there's still some roots that are able to manage to survive. So that's very good news for the plant. That looks pretty good. So I'll move on to the next one. This one is the Red Spider Hybrid crossed with SKG Pink Lemonade crossed with Red Crystal. And it's so nice. I don't know. These veinings are so nice. And the plant, the leaf is actually really dark. Only sad thing is, look at this new leaf. It's like barely hanging on to its life right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop that one off. It will, like I said, it will grow back. So I'm not gonna chop it too close to the stump, because a new leaf will be... It freaking snapped like an asparagus. Oh my goodness. Okay, but I am very, very lucky, guys. I am so lucky, because that was just the inflow. If you look right here, let me zoom you guys in. If you look right here, you guys can see that that is where the new leaf is going to grow. If this was a less mature plant and I just broke it like asparagus, it would have to find a new activated node and grow from there. So I am very, very lucky, because as you can see, there is an inflow right here that is ready to grow out. But it looks like it kind of died. Oh, look, it popped off. But I'm actually so lucky. Okay, thank goodness. I was like, I cannot believe what I just did. Okay, I'll still survive. It will still survive. So if you've seen me do the process, you've seen me repeat it a few times. So I'm probably not going to end up doing any of these on camera anymore, because it's literally just repetitive. But I need to show you the last two plants that I wanted to present in this video. Actually, I lied. 3 more plants. This one is a Red Crystal Indo crossed with Red Crystal Tezula. And guys, isn't it so freaking adorable? I don't know, is it there? It's freaking adorable as shit. It's so bubbly. Even the older leaves, even they're tiny, but they show so much personality. I love it. And this new leaf is just so freaking round. Arg. Like I said, like there's a shaft right there. I'm just gonna go ahead and, peel it off so that the new leaf right there can be exposed. So then there's no chance of it rotting. We'll talk more about why down the road, because it can rot in the package, but then the next step, what I'm about to do with these, can potentially rot that area if it's, touching the water, because the shaft collects moisture and moisture builds up there, it might rot the new leaf. This, guys, I'm not going to tell you guys what it is yet, but can you guess? Like, one of the crosses on here, it's screaming. It's screaming in your freaking face. Okay, can you guess it? Can you guess it? Luxurians, you were right. This is a Minahasa crossed with Lux. And it's so freaking cute. Like, ignore this, like, just a little bit of imperfection and stuff, but like, look. This is the newest leaf, so this is why it's still kind of soft and discolored, but right here, shipment stress. But if I show you the older leaf of this, oh my God. my goodness. I love it. I am freaking in love with it. It's so beautiful. I might even buy this for myself. Keep it for myself because it is so freaking gorgeous. Like, even though the Lux is in here and you can you can clearly tell it is a Lux hybrid, but the Minahasa on this thing, oh my God. Okay, are you guys ready for the final plant that I really, really, really want to show you guys because it's beautiful. Beautiful. It is their King of Spades butterfly hybrid crossed with red crystal dock block. And guys, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. I freaking love it so much. Like, look at this. Every single freaking leaf is so bougie. It's so elegant. It's so nice. It's like, if I look at this plant, it's literally looking at me, down at me like, hey, class only, girl. I love it. I love it. And you know what's really making me really happy? There's a freaking new root growing right there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and trim, get rid of all the moss, for these plants, and then I'll be right back. So, the last part I'm doing is I'm gonna go ahead and grab. I'm gonna put all these plants aside because there's so many of them. But I did grab a bowl or something like this. I don't know what you call this, but I'll just call it like a metal bowl. I have it filled with distilled water, and that's all you need. No, you don't need any nutrients, you don't need growth hormones, anything like that, because the roots in this import plants, they're practically all fried. So they're not gonna soak up any nutrients or anything that you give it. The only thing they're even capable of soaking up is just water. So you wanna give it good, clean, distilled water. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna collect them and make sure they're kind of on the same level of all the roots. You don't have to do all of them at once, but I'll do 3 or 4 of them, and then I'll just kind of place them in the water. You want it at a certain water level where practically most of the roots are touching the water, but you're not really putting all the stem in there. Like the top of the stem where all the new growth is growing, you don't want that. So practically what that means is I would probably try to put the water level right here, nothing above this, because you want all of this part right here to be not in contact with the water as best as you can, because when you do that, water can, come in here and stay in here, and then it can potentially rot the plant. So you just kind of want it kind of sitting kind of like right here level. So then the roots down below can get water and encourage new growth. Well, depends on how long you keep it in water, actually, but right now you're just trying to, rehydrate the plant the best as you could. So let's go ahead and put these like that. So I have all my plants sitting in pretty good levels of water. So I'm gonna leave them in here. So they're gonna be like this, kind of like a tray of plants. And you want to keep them in water soaking for at least 24 hours. Most of the plants I put in usually are staying 24 to 48 hours, but I'm going to be kind of busy the next few days. So it might sit in here a little longer, maybe 72 hours, so 3 days. And then I will show you guys how I pop these up, and then we'll continue from there. I'll see you guys soon. For you guys, it's probably going to be like a quick second. Okay, so it's been a couple days. It's a lot longer than I anticipated. Usually I only like to leave my plants in the water for about 24-48 hours, but life got to me, so it's been a little bit over 72 hours. But I highly recommend you don't do that, because if it goes over the 72-hour mark, you do risk a little bit of maybe root melting. And hopefully we don't find any in here today, but if we do, I will show you what I mean by that. I have my fan going on. It's like blasting at me. I don't know if you can see my bangs moving, but it is so hot, guys. It's been so hot. My room was like 90 degrees yesterday, so I was going to record yesterday, but like I just couldn't. Today's a little bit better. It's like 70s, 79, like high 70s, but I can breathe now, and I have a fan, so hopefully the fan is not too loud. But before I get started, I love how I call her Ngọc, but that's her last name. Her first name is Ha, so I'm so sorry, Ha, for calling you Ngọc. Because if you guys don't know, in Asia culture, mostly if you're Vietnamese, when you're writing your name on like social media, it's always last name first, and then first name last. So for example, my name is Ruby Lin Tang, but in Vietnamese it'll be Tang Lin Ruby or something like that. So it's just, yeah. Okay, my brain's not working, but that's what I mean. So Ha did record a video for me, and I would love to showcase what she said. So let's go ahead and move to that.
Hi everyone, I'm Ngọc Ha from Repotting. We are a small family nursery from Vietnam, and we focus on hybridizing Anthuriums. Our passion is to explore diversity, different shapes, colors, and form, because we believe it is a long journey, and there are still so many beautiful things that haven't been created or shared to the world yet. That's why at Little Rosary, we grow a wide range of anthuriums, and we will slowly introduce them to plant lovers in the US. Rupees is one of our main partners in the US, and together we are excited to bring more unique Anthurium to everyone. I'm really looking forward to what's coming next, and I hope we will have a support.
Thank you so much, Ha, for making that video. She was able to showcase some of her Anthuriums, and they're huge, guys. They're huge, and she is such a sweetheart, and she's such a Anthurium enthusiast, and it's just been an honor to be able to work with her. So you guys, please go support them. Or I do sell their plants too, so you always can go through me, but their plants are amazing. So I have my bouquet of plants here, so let's go ahead and sort them through, checking that they're all looking okay, and then let's go ahead and pot them up. So I am going to be wearing gloves today just because we're dealing with soil, and lately I've been hating scrubbing the soil out of my fingernails because they've been really like embedded in there, and I really have to like force them to come out. So it's just easier with gloves, guys. Just do it. Where is my trash bin? Oh, it's behind me. My trash bin's behind me. I'm gonna put it here, and then let's go ahead and take out one plant at a time. I have my hydrogen peroxide right here, so like we always do, we will always sanitize our scissors as best as we can. I have two right here, but I think I'm gonna use these ones. Okay, let's see which plant I'm gonna take out first. Okay. Oh, it's doing good. So as you can see, 72 hours is not that bad. Okay, the roots are pretty plumped up. The new roots are doing pretty good. None of them are, oh, okay. There's a little bit right here. I don't know if you can see, but like at the very top, it kind of began to melt a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut that off. Melting roots just practically means like it gets, like you don't see the rot, or it doesn't, the root changes to like semi-transparent a little bit, and it gets mushy. So that's what I mean by root melt. So let's go ahead and take them all out. So then I will just lay them on here. It's okay that the roots are getting a little bit of dry air. It's not gonna like be the end of the world. And I think it's just easier. So I have my table here. I'm just gonna lay all my plants on there and then we'll continue on this. The next one I have, as you can see, this leaf is practically all yellowed. There's a little bit of green, but since it has so many leaves already, it's okay for me to take this off. However, if the leaf is struggling to go by and there's only like 2 leaves on there and one of the leaf looks like this, I do recommend leaving it on just because that, oh, it just whacked me in the eye. That little bit of green is still like somewhat energy for the plant, but because this one has so many leaves already, losing this one leaf is not going to matter. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. And as you can see, there's a little bit more rot going on here, the brown and discoloration. You want to get rid of all of those. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them off. All right. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but this is practically what I'm left with. There's a little bit, very tiny bit of dotted of the brown, but that will survive. They are looking so nice, you guys. Okay, so the next one, for example, there's 2 leaves on here, but this leaf is all yellow. There's not a speck of green. I just broke off a root, darn. But this one can go bye-bye. I just broke off one of the new roots, darn it. Okay, be careful on that. On this one, there's also a little bit of brown. So I'm gonna try my best to get rid of all of those because it's just going to continue to rot. Okay. Go ahead and continue with the rest because it's practically just repetitive steps of these. So I'm probably gonna just forward or fast forward what I'm doing, but you guys can just see a little bit of my process. Alright, so all of that is done. I'm gonna go ahead and start repotting them. So everyone has their own personal preference of what type of medium they use. The old one that I used to do is for rehabbing like a new freshly import a long time ago. I usually did sphagnum moss with perlite. I would put the sphagnum moss, take scissors, cut it into like smaller pieces, mix them with perlite, and then have them root in there. But now I just do everything with tree fern. I just find that I love tree fern. Everything gets happy in tree fern. All of my imports from the previous batch also have, I would say, over 85% success rate so far. So I'm just going to continue to do that because I love tree fern, I guess, but it depends on your medium. A lot of people I know do leca, pond, just perlite, just moss. There's people that are really bougie and does stratum, because stratum's expensive. But yeah, I just like to keep it simple. If I'm potting everything, I might not have enough. I might have to cut and refill my tub. But like I said, I just kind of want to keep it simple. If I'm using one medium for everything, I'm gonna want to continue to use that medium. But you don't have to do that. The only other medium I ever do use is stratum, and I do those for like rooting corms or rooting Hoya roots, but that's pretty much it. Everything else goes in tree fern. Let me see, where are my pots? Oh, my pots are behind me. So I'm gonna either pot them up in a large or a medium pot. If you guys need pots, I had them selling on my shop. But if I can fit them in a large, I will. But if they don't have that much of a root system, I will go ahead and just pot them in the medium one and then try to fit them in my bin if possible. Hopefully my fan isn't too loud. It's pretty loud here, but I know that DJI mics usually like muffles the sounds off, and it's pretty clear when you're talking, but hopefully it's doing its job. So for this one, I don't remember what this is. I think it's like King of Spades with something. I took pictures of like the tag and the plant before I did all this. So at the end, after everything's potted up, I'm gonna relook at the pictures and put the correct tags in each one. But this one's so pretty, guys. And I love how like practically all these plants are so healthy. I think I'm gonna fit this one in a large. So some of my large plants, let me move you guys down so you guys can see a little bit of. I'm sitting on the ground, so you're just gonna see my knees hugging this tub. But what was I saying? Oh, usually I would have a layer of leca down here, but because I want to keep the maximum moisture in the soil, I'm gonna skip that part, and then I'm just gonna plant it straight in, and we're just gonna repeat this process. Sadly, I have 3 plants left and I have not enough soil. So I'm gonna go ahead and be right back. I'm gonna refill my tub because there's barely anything there, and then I'll be back. I am back. I am running so low on soil. I need to run to the store and grab more. Oh, but it's such a far drive it takes me, because the one I go is called City Hydro, and it's located like 30 minutes from where I live, like further south. And I'm never down there, guys, like never down there. So it's just the thought of me driving all the way down there is just already like, ugh. So yeah, I have to probably, because I think I only have a little bit more left for like a full tub of this, and then I'm done. So probably at the end of this month or beginning of next month, I need to make my way down there, because I do have a lot of repotting that I need to do. I just need to find time to do all of that. So much stuff. Okay, let's continue. I'm like running out of those square trays I always use. So now we are moving to all the round ones. I'm gonna go ahead and put all of them in a little saucer. We're gonna water them and continue. I don't know where I'm putting all these at, but we'll find a place. I would say have really spoiled me with so many plants, because I don't know where I'm putting them yet. We're just winging it right now. So I'm gonna take my gloves off now, because we are done with the gloves and my nails are clean. I'm gonna grab my watering, watering pitcher, and then I'll be back. So I have my watering pitcher right here. I'm gonna put a little bit of Great White. I don't even know if it's gonna make a difference or anything, but I just like in my head, I think that Great White's gonna help, the fungi is gonna grow in there, and then it's gonna help navigate the water to the roots. I know I'm not saying that well. There's like a better sciencey way of saying it, but practically the bacteria and stuff is gonna grow there and it's going to help the soil. Practically, it's just a fungi that's gonna grow in the soil and make microbial system, and then it helps the plant roots enhance in the uptakes of nutrition and water. Even though right now, like I said before, the roots are not going to take up any nutrition or anything right now, but just because there's going to be great white in there, it's going to help them long term as roots grow. Sorry, I'm like trying to find something like to mix. I'm just going to grab a little plant tag so I can mix the great white in here. But so it's just going to help the soil and the new roots in the long run. So that's why I'm going to add it in here. That's an optional thing, but if you don't want to add it, you can go ahead and just put distilled water. That would work too. Go ahead and put this, and I'm going to try to rinse the leaves that are near the soil because there's soil everywhere on the leaves. You want to give like a pretty generous amount. Like you want the soil to be like fairly moist, just because, how would I say this? Roots are still like, you left it in water for 24 to 72 hours or however long you did, and so it's kind of used to that amount of water intake now. So now you want to just continue that on a lower level of water, so then it will still continue that moisture to encourage root growth now. Okay. Sometimes I like to hold up the plant just to feel how heavy it is. And if it's still like not as heavy as I would like it, I'll add more water. All right, everything is good now. I love how you can't even see anything. I'm gonna grab my phone and I wanna grab those tags, and then I'm gonna put the correct tags in the correct plant. I have the tags. Every single of these tags has Le Taureau Jardin on there, as well as where they're from, Vietnam, and their website. So if you guys ever got one from me, it will come with this tag. So let's go ahead and put the tags in the correct home. While I'm holding these, like I'm playing cards. I don't know if you guys ever play cards, but my boyfriend always asks me like, how do you hold your cards so well? Because when I do it, like I do it like this, and I hold my cards like this. And I just have to thank you, like my Asian ancestors for my card holding skills. Everyone in like Asia knows how to hold cards, but I have realized many Americans, and as well as Asian Americans, they don't know how to properly hold cards unless you grew up in a family that played cards all the time. But I thought that was just a very interesting fact, and I've been holding all my tags like this so then I can see all the names as I'm like figuring out which is which. So it was just kind of a funny thing to bring up to you guys. So all the tags are in the correct plant. I will see you guys in about a month, I think. And then I will show you guys what these plants look like. So today is July 9th. So I will see you guys back in August 9th. And I'll show you guys what all these plants look like, and we'll go from there. So practically from my care from now to July 9th is just gonna make sure they don't dry out. Make sure that I'm not overly soaking the soil. So like this is good. Like you can see like there's a little bit of moisture in the there's moisture in the roots, the medium, but it's not like super like drenched. So that's not our goal. We're just trying to keep it moist in there so that it encourages root growth, and make sure that it's going to be under grow lights for about 8 to 10 hours every day. All my plants, and if they're not going to live in the bin, they're going to live out here in my ambient conditions because that's all I have to offer for it. And all my other ones are doing fairly well. I would say there's only been a few casualties. So we're just going to continue with that, and then I'll see you guys back in a month. Bye. Okay, So it has probably been like 1 second for you guys, but it has been like a month. Yeah, I have been meaning to get to this and I have not. But today is August 27th. I'm pretty sure that it's been way over a month, but we're here now. We're doing it now. I actually don't even remember which order I did everything in, so I'm just gonna go in a different order, and if it's not the same, I'm sorry, but I will try to put it kind of side by side for you guys to see that before and after. I think it'll be better if this was probably the before and then this is the after. But yeah, okay. So we'll start off with this guy. This is the King of Spades Butterfly Hybrid crossed with Red Crystal Dock Block. And you guys, it's been amazing. It practically did not lose any of its leaves that I don't believe it did. This one right here is yellowing. If it wants to show. This one right here is yellowing, but it's not that bad. And it is rooting very, very well in here. And it's giving me a leaf right here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there is a leaf right here. So I would consider this a success, like within a 1 month plus-ish time frame. It is doing a lot more well than I would ever hope for, because it didn't die, or it didn't die back. So there is this one. The next one, this one is the Minahasa crossed with Luxurians. It is not really doing anything. I don't see roots in here. I think this is probably still an old leaf, but it got some fungal issue and it's starting to crisp off. The other two are doing just fine, but nothing is really going on. If I give it like a tug test, it's not really coming out of there. So I feel like it's rooting in there. It's just not rooting a lot to the point that I can see it out here, but it's not doing bad either. So I would discontinue. I would still consider this as a rehab. Like for example, this one, new leaf, rooted out of rehab. This one, nothing happened. It looks like it's taking the soil well, so that's a good sign, but I don't see any roots. There is no sign of new growth. It will still considered as a rehab for me. If you visit Le Taro Jardin website and enter Ruby T 2025 US, I'll put the code right here, and the link to their website down below, you will receive 10% off on any purchases that you order from them. And if you order from them in the US, in the United States, it'll probably get delivered to my home, and then I'll be the one contacting you to ship you your plant. And if you don't purchase them via their website, but actually through their Instagram, you can also mention this code to them to receive that 10% discount. But yeah, let's go ahead and just continue. That was just a little surprise for you guys. The next one I have here, this is the Doriaki Silver crossed with SKG Pink Lemonade. I left everything in here. I did not cut anything out. So there's this leaf that's literally fell off the plant for the longest time, and I left it in the pot so I can show you. A leaf died off, but a new one came. This is the brand new leaf. It's still kind of soft, so I don't really want to mess with it. And it is rooting. It's not rooting to the point that I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like coming out of the pot, but there's a root. There's a root here, there's a root here, there's a root back here. So I would say this has officially graduated from the rehab center. I would wait, like I would sell it now, but if I were to uppot it, I will still wait until it gives me more roots. The next one I have for you, this one needs water, it's so light. This one is the Red Crystal Indo crossed with the Red Crystal Tezula. There is an old leaf right here that I'm just gonna pick off. There it goes, bye-bye. These are the 2 old leaves, and this is the brand new leaf right here. It looks so cute, and I think the reason why it's kind of like concaving is because it's a little thirsty, so I'm gonna give it water after this. You can see that it's rooting nicely in the pot. There is roots there. So this has officially graduated as well. So far, 3 out of 4. That is a really good start, you guys. I'm excited. The next one I have, this is the Red Spider Hybrid crossed with SKG Pink Lemonade crossed with Red Crystal. Probably one of my favorite plant out of this whole thing. It is so nice. All the leaves are still very green, very nice. There is one leaf that died off and has been chilling here for so long. And this is the newest leaf. It is still kind of soft, but it's so spanking cute, you guys. I see roots here. And that's pretty much it, but that's enough roots for me to say this is a successful thing, and I'm gonna, yep, it's in there. I'm gonna graduate this from Rehab as well. This is going good. I can see already, but it still makes me really happy. This is the Crystal Silver crossed with SKG Pink Lemonade. Same thing for this one. All the leaves are good. There's one that's completely yellow, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take this one out. This is the newest leaf on there. It is so cute. It's still hecka soft, so I don't want to really mess with it, but the crazy the silver lining on this new leaf is so cute, and it's so like heart-shaped. I love it. This is growing so much roots, you guys. Like, there's roots on all ends of this pot. So for sure, this has graduated. And the last one, I believe, if I missed any, I'm so sorry, but this is all I had for myself. That I like, when I did that video, I tucked all these in like a certain desk. So hopefully I didn't misplace anything. If I do, as I'm editing that video, I'm just gonna be like, damn it, Ruby. But the last one I have for you guys, this is, where's the tag? Oh, the tag's right here. I was like, did I lose the tag? It's all the way down in the soil. Let me dig it out. Ah! Okay. This is the Forgetii Dark crossed with Pinkley Eye. Oh my god, Pinkley Eye. And this has been really good. All the leaves has not died at all. No one is getting yellowed. They are all still in really perfect shape. And I spy with my little brown eye, there's a little tiny leaf that's popping out right here. Amazing news. I see one tiny root right here, but that's pretty much it for the new growth. Tug test is really good. I'm still going to consider this as a rehab plant just because the roots are not where I want it to be just yet. But I have a really strong feeling that after this new leaf that's currently growing gets bigger and expands, the root system will continue to expand as well. So then it will be on the verge of graduating. So not yet. So we only have 2 that's still but the rest is good. So that makes me really, really happy. Just to let you guys, just let you guys know, I usually rehab plants in like a bin if I 100% want success rate. But this one is to show you guys sometimes you don't need to be so babying your plants. All these sat on the floor of my plant room, and my plant room is pretty much ambient condition, meaning sometimes the door is closed, the humidity rises. Half the time the doors swing wide open and it is introduced with the air, the Washington State air. So, and sometimes we run heaters, sometimes we run AC, sometimes we don't run anything. So it's sitting in about 60 to 80% humidity, and that's just Washington State. But that's just to show you guys, rehab plants technically don't always need to be in a greenhouse environment. This is just to testify that. Take my word with a grain of salt, because what may work for me might not work for you. But that concludes my very lengthy video. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. It's been a really long time to finish this. I'm glad I got it done. I'll see you guys next time. Love you guys lots. Bye.